All right, Lee, it's pretty slow in here today. I got a movie we should watch.
Okay, what is it?
Try to guess.
Okay, is it a horror movie?
Not really. There are some people that get hunted, but not really.
Okay, would you say these people are hunted for sport, like a deadly game?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know what this is. Would you say that we have upper class, like elite people hunting down like working class, lower class type people?
Yes, that's a very good
All right, I want to guess it now. Okay, this is Blumhouse's new thing, The Hunt, right? Just available for streaming now. Perfect choice during this pandemic.
No. John Leguizamo's The Pest.
What?
All right, guys, here we are for a quarantine edition where we talk about a movie you can watch from home. The 2020 release, The Hunt.
Available on Amazon for $20 last time I checked. So something you can check out. It's a new movie that you're able to watch without going to the theater, which you should not do.
Yeah, stay in your house. Stay safe. Social distancing. So, what is your non-spoilers thoughts on The Hunt?
I ended up being okay with this. I thought it was fun. I think that for this one, I have to abandon, what is it about? And I actually kind of hate, what is this saying? What is it about? But minute to minute, the actual, face value of it, it is a dark comedy, ultra-violent dark comedy. So if you liked a third of, The Kingsman or something like that, I think you'll like this.
Yeah, I think if you are a person who doesn't care so much about the plot, but likes cool things on the screen, fun moments, action sequences, funny bits, I think this movie is something you could definitely spend your time with the family, circle up, watch this. I do think it's a little light on the plot aspect, but there's so much happening that it definitely keeps your attention, holds your attention.
Right, in terms of because both of us, I don't like the narrative or the theme, and you're not gonna like the logic and the plot, right? But I still ended up being I was all right, I was okay.
Yeah,
it was really weird.
No, I enjoyed this movie. I would definitely give this a thumbs up. I think this is something that you can certainly watch, especially if you're a politically motivated person. This will you'll either love this or it'll rub you completely the wrong way. But if you're just a person that can approach a movie as a movie, it's just a fun time.
Yeah, I think if you're not a political person, but you're aware of some of the words that people use to talk about politics.
I laughed because of how certain things, especially characters present themselves. We'll go into that in the spoilers.
You'll be I know that. Yeah, something like that. And I think that's the way you have to, if you start breaking it down this represents the class of the people, and then it falls apart and does not work. And it's actually probably a bad message, but we'll get into
I think this movie, this was we were not going to release this, blah, blah, but with all the people's demand, we have released this. And I think that was from the jump a plan
we'll
just to get better marketing and stuff going.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so if you've seen this or don't care, false over spoilers, and if not, pull out now.
If you need a place to rent content, you better listen. We're Cannibal Video and we eat the competition.
All right, guys, so here we are for the spoilers of The Hunt.
The Hunt 2020.
Yeah.
Instead of The Hunt 2019. We should get into the history really quick.
Sure.
I've heard you say you think it's all a fake thing.
I do.
So I don't know, but I do know that the people that get pissed off at everything got pissed off at this.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so the people getting pissed off was real.
Oh no, the part where I don't believe that was fake. Gotcha. I mean a studio caring enough to be okay, we're not going to release it, and then 3 months later being how we said we'd never release it, releasing. It's like when somebody says
previously banned.
Yeah, banned in 6 countries. It's because that country doesn't allow any movies with gay people in it. This one doesn't allow any violence, blah, blah. So we purposely submitted to them so they would say no, so we could say banned, which makes everybody want to see it.
So the story here, I looked it up really fast. There was a mass shooting right around the time this was supposed to come out, so they just delayed it a little bit.
Yeah, and that makes sense
to be tasteful. Then and I didn't realize Trump tweeted about this movie. Kind of specifically, apparently about or just in response to this said Hollywood are the real racists or some weird thing. This is despicable or something. And around that time things were getting weird. So so they said it's canceled or something like that. And I don't know why or when the decision was made. We're going to release the movie.
I thought that it was a shot, in quotes, against Hillary, because isn't deplorables her thing?
You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
Didn't she call people deplorables?
I don't know.
And I could be totally wrong. I'm not a super politics guy.
Yeah, people call
I thought,
people call Trump people deplorable people, whatever. But yeah,
I thought,
deplorables,
and maybe
whatever.
she didn't coin that term,
Yeah.
but in my head, I remember her saying
it's
like,
associated with
like
her.
deplorables, and,
Yeah,
and
it
I
might have
thought that
started
she
that
would
way.
have the problem because the movie, you're in spoilers now, so is about like Democrats killing Republicans essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever say I am a Democrat, you are a Republican, but that's what it is.
That's all I knew about this was this vague sense of like it got pulled or something, and then people saying that's super dumb because like people who were who Republicans were pissed off, not Democrats.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know, because no one really knew what the movie was about.
Of course.
So everybody got pissed off.
It's the thing to do is to get pissed off before you know why.
People heard there's a movie where they go kill deplorables, aka Trump people, aka God's people, or whatever.
Deplorables?
It's charged.
Oh, well, I initially typed fucking rednecks, but then I decided that wasn't specific.
Hey, come on.
What would you prefer I call them, Paul?
And like they were like, that's ridiculous, how dare you? But then people were like, wait, they're pulling it. They haven't seen the movie. Like those are like the good guys. Those are like the victims. It's about them. It's not about whatever or something like that. So I had this vague sense of like the bad guy is not who you think it is, and this movie was too hot to be released. Those are like my going into it vibes of this movie.
Yeah, I was picturing, and maybe it was a misstep. Maybe it could have been a little more in that direction. These were generally normal people. So like the people that are pulled in this to be the hunted are there because they tweeted about this thing. They made known this fake thing that then becomes real of these guys hunting humans. And I think if you would have been like more choosy with who they were hunting, like if that wasn't the reason, if they were just people that hunt people,
right.
And I understand they need their twist, they got that thing, oh, did the chicken come first or the egg? It was your idea, but we talked about it, but you're actually doing it, so what do you mean? Type of thing. But had you been like, oh, that was the guy from like a KKK rally, this was a white nationalist, this is a blah blah, like, might have been a little better.
So there's a board at the end where there is like a Charlottesville looking thing, and there is like a, and it's not like a God hates figs, but it is like it says like stop being gay or something like other version of that. You are right though. Like the problem.
I think it would have been better to make these super unattractive to the world people the good guys.
And that's why I don't like.
And I guess you couldn't do that though.
So
you can't have a KKK guy be a hero.
Be like, please help me, and you're like, fuck them.
Yeah,
right. It was too
but
easy.
that's almost like in a movie where you don't care about the characters. You're like, let them die. And not that you cared about many of these characters. The main character, the girl,
hold on,
she was good.
Now, do I have to keep listening to Beethoven, or can we fucking get on with it?
What I don't like about this, just to get this out of the way, is that so like yes, they have cast like because like whoever made this says like that's not fair. We take shots at both sides, and they do to whatever degree.
Yeah.
But the premise of the movie is that you're like deplorables are just harmless people that shitpost online and like who cares. But the liberals or whatever, the cucks, the social justice warriors, they don't care about human life to the point that they would create like a deadliest game scenario and like hunt people down.
I think that's the issue.
But like the problem is that both sides are bad in that both sides have people in Congress right now voting on things that are hurting people. Like it's not about like, oh, you're on 4chan and you're on Facebook and you're both shitposting. It's fine. Like that's not the world that we're in. So like that I don't like from like a political standpoint or whatever. Now that we get to the actual movie, right? Yes, it's this weird. You find out at the end, and it's as if it's like a reveal. Hillary Swank's face was like not shown for a while.
All right. Hey.
Yeah, but you knew she was the main,
I'm like, what
top billing character, so she was coming.
Why would you hide that was her? That's so weird. I don't understand that. It felt like a shocking reveal moment, and it was not at all to me. It was very strange. But you find out, like she was fired, and that drove her crazy, and then everyone else who was like in that friend circle also like she spread the mass hysteria to them.
Do it.
And they spent almost a year planning this insane fucking thing to like get these people and like hunt them and kill them.
I love. There's a part where the military advisor guy's like, "You'll never beat her. She's been training for 8 months."
You have no idea what you're up against. She's been training for 8 months. She's gonna rip you into pieces.
We'll see.
And I'm like, but she was like a CEO before this. Like, how tough can you be? Maybe she did go to spin class and Pilates in between that, but like even.
Okay. So yeah, that's the final thing, is that, you think all those people are so deplorable? What if you accidentally went right next to that person? You'd find the best, most American person that kicks ass and like saves the day and purges the evil ever or something, right? Like, what the fuck? I don't know.
I did like that she accidentally grabbed the wrong person, so our main character is actually like an ex-army vet.
A super badass.
You in the service?
Yes. Afghanistan.
Who works in a car rental agency. So like it was weird that they got the wrong person because the picture was her. So I was like, wait a minute, what did you like? You just tracked the wrong name down? And
Like
that's a
like the pictures from the private investigator they
Yeah,
hired
exactly.
to figure out, like, here's the guy that we're gonna add.
I think I would have liked if it just kind of looked like her and she just went, "That's not me," like type of
That's
thing.
not me. Yeah, her like delivery
To add
was
to her
great.
thing. She had only one part that I was like, I'm not. Like when she was like, it was something. Where she's like a little snappy.
I have
she's
a
like,
few.
she's like,
Anything at all, no matter how minor, that might make somebody want to try something is.
and I was like, what the hell is that?
There's a part where it's like, go home. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, you don't understand. Right now, I'm kind of, and maybe I could go where she's at. And,
So maybe today I can like.
But
Very
doesn't she
sick.
make a noise? I thought I think I added it in my head.
No. The noise was either in both of our heads or she did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she does that like several times, and I like it most of the
I
times.
only caught it during that one. I didn't see it then.
Not that exact same thing.
Okay.
But she's like mugging, kind of. There's a part.
Oh, yeah.
Where like the brunette chick shoots her with an arrow but misses, and then she goes, bah!
No, snowball. No. I didn't die.
And then like runs over at her. I was like, okay, like I thought she was really cool. This character it was really awesome.
I liked her a lot, and I
Yeah, it was
believed
awesome.
everything she did. Sometimes
Yes.
there's a character and I'm like, oh yeah, you did that thing. She looked scary tough. Like
Yes.
I was like, no, I believe you
was
were in the
scary
military. You do this stuff. All your
Yes.
physical stuff seemed very believable. It was never like, oh yeah, look at Barbie like lifting 200 pounds. Like it never felt fake.
Agree,
I liked her with the guns. I liked her doing stuff. The only time that I was a little bit of that was that military dude. I'm like, he was gigantic. He looked like
Yeah.
the guy that was fighting blue people in Avatar.
Come on, come to Papa.
Like
He comes out in a mech. He's like,
like
what's up?
yeah, he was a really big dude,
Yeah.
and he kind of just like was a little bitch. But
Yeah.
like, he also does say that it could have been an act because he was just National Guard. He never saw the shit, as he says.
That's
"I saw
super
the shit
cringy
now."
too. They're not supposed to
Yeah.
say shit like that. I don't know, whatever.
Eh.
But she was about to kill him, so I feel like she was not going to be respectful on like pretense or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's
Well,
like,
and that man had there was no reason to let him live.
Yes.
He's signing off on murder and how many you can murder and like all this jazz. I love just some of the how our blue people are acting and some of the terminology they use. And what they got with Dennis
Yeah.
from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he was
Yeah.
funny.
They lost their jobs and their reputations.
So did I, Miranda. But I'm dealing with it with, drugs and alcohol like a normal person.
Excuse me.
Just all of the, oh, you can't say that. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
worse
yeah.
than that. That's poison. What? There's so much sugar in that.
Honey, that's poison.
You rigged the soda?
No. There are 43 grams of sugar in that bottle.
Like all that stuff, I thought played really well. I even love the like, just do it, snowflake.
No, you fucking snowflake! Don't do it!
From like our red person
Yeah.
who is missing the whole bottom of their body, and they're in
Right.
like what are they called? Punji spikes, punji whatever.
Punji sticks?
Punji sticks, something like that.
Spike Pit.
She had a pretty bad time.
Yes.
She fell, got stabbed multiple times.
I fell.
It's okay. It's okay.
Got pulled through it, and I was like, oh God, leave her on that. She needs that to live.
Good job.
For a
That's-
little while.
It's holding her stuff together. Yeah.
And then gets blown up
So
onto it again.
So this is at the beginning with the crate
Yes.
and all that stuff. I really liked this part.
Oh, I thought it was a very powerful opening.
Like killing the blonde.
That almost hit me.
And then it's
Emma
like
Roberts, who you think is going to be a leading
didn't
girl.
recognize her. Weird.
I saw the commercial for this, but not recently enough or had any real memory of it to not know that Emma Roberts wasn't the main character.
Right.
So I thought that was brilliantly done because
Yes.
I naturally expected her to be the main character.
And then it like switches to a different guy.
To White Knight, we'll call him.
And you're like, okay, this is my main character, I guess. I don't know though still. And then they kill him even quicker right
Yes.
afterwards. Then you switch to a new guy, and you're like, okay, I guess this is the guy. Who then gets shotgunned, and like all of them die right there at the fake gas station and stuff. So it's really good.
One died before that, the arrows to the back guy.
Okay.
Who tries like a custard last stand as he just runs and shoots. And you don't even see who's shooting them at this point.
Yeah,
so it still
exactly.
adds the fun mystery.
Right.
I thought, yes, a very powerful open. I loved like, don't open the crate, it's a trap.
Wow. Wow.
And then there's a pig in there. I don't know why there's a pig in there. What's his name? Like Gustard or Gordo or fucking something.
Orwell?
Orwell.
Because that's the whole theme dumb thing. Just stop trying to have themes unless you can do it right. Whatever. And like I like that the guy who said it was a bomb, even though it like wasn't a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Later, they're like, Don, did you get her? And that's and she's like, you are with them.
Dawn, what's going on?
Answer her.
Who is this?
You don't have to pretend anymore. She's figured it out.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
I know she like laid the pipe of like oh, was I fucking with you?
I don't think he's with them.
I didn't. I thought early on, actually, before there was any reason to think he was a plant. I thought he was a plant when she found him in like the Russian camp.
Well, I cannot wait to blow the lid off this shit. Cause we gonna be on Hannity, you and me. It's like them two Jew boys that fucked Nixon up.
That's weird.
I was like, well, he's clearly a plant, and I wrote, fat guy's a plant.
Plant?
And then when he got killed, I went, maybe not, because it seemed too on the nose at that point that he actually was.
And like they wouldn't have cared though about killing him and stuff. So like I kind of liked that, leaving it open, because that just implies that Hilary Swank would have killed him, easily, equally, whether he was with them or like one of the
he had
dozen
what
people,
might be the best line when
this your pig?
Hey, this your pig?
No. When he throws the pig in the basement,
Okay.
or in the basement, in that bunker thing, and she kills everybody.
You almost fucking shot me.
Well, I didn't, did I? Because
Hey, bitch.
And he's like, oh, he said something like, you couldn't have done something or other, damn woman. And she's like, what the hell did you do? I threw the pig.
I threw the pig.
Thank you for all the help.
Fuck you, I dropped the pig.
Yeah.
I was like, that was a good line.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of the interactions between the characters. I liked her just like not giving a shit.
My favorite lines were from the he's the schooner guy, right?
Ethan Suplee?
All
Suplee?
grown up. Yeah.
wow, it's a schooner.
You dumb bastard. It's not a schooner, it's a sailboat.
A schooner is a sailboat, stupid head.
You know what? There is no Easter Bunny!
So
this must have been filmed a little while ago, because he's super jacked now, and this was before he was jacked.
Yeah.
And I actually
was he on My
Name is Earl?
No, the movie with the Timothy Olyphant, the series on Netflix with the zombies.
Yes, that is
Santa
him.
Clarita Diet.
Yes.
We're just here to look at those files.
There are no files, Belle and Sebastian. Or should I say, Sheila and Joelle.
It's pronounced Joel.
Stop lying to me!
No, he's awesome. I love him so much.
I thought he was going to be more of a main character.
Yes.
Until when you first saw his face, I was picturing the jacked him, and I was like, they don't know who they're fucking
He's
with.
gonna save the day.
And then when he was like, middle tier transition version of himself, which is still leagues better than when he was at his heaviest. That man, like, what do you think he lost? Like 300 pounds?
I haven't seen him.
He's like a medical marvel for exercise.
But his thing, no, Chris Pratt's the go-to example of that for everyone.
No, Chris Pratt is cut,
It's
but he
fine.
never lost that much weight.
Everybody relax. So like his thing of like, sir, I'm American. I'm a podcast. I have a podcast. I know about this.
Look, I have a podcast. I've been exposing these people, okay? They were placed on the train as a part of Manorgate.
That whole thing, I was like, okay, that's great. This one's great. Because some of the characters, I'm like, that's not great, or like you're not in there for long enough.
Always
that
good.
was awesome.
And he calls out that like he thought they were all undercover bad guys, but he called that guy
American.
American.
Yeah, her too. Look, let me explain everything, sir, because I know exactly what's going on here, okay? These are not real refugees. These are crisis actors.
Funny,
and killed him.
That's more of what I would have liked to be like the fun of it. Is like, you can't just assume that, no, I am, or something like that. Like that tone of the joke really worked for me. But the whole
there's a baby. They have babies.
Yeah, he's got a baby, something like that. Yeah.
That guy's weapon of choice in his little man purse is grenades, though. Isn't that a crazy like? Oh, I'll have grenades.
Come on, buddy.
Gary, go.
I'm not your buddy!
Yeah.
It's very strange. What did you think about them arming the like to make it sporting? I don't know why they would ever jeopardize themselves in this situation.
They don't know what they're doing, and like that's the whole point.
Some of those guns, though, I'm like, those were better guns than
those
you
are
had.
like
I don't
assault
understand
rifles and
what
stuff
the
like
game
that.
here was.
No. That part doesn't make sense, and the fact that it doesn't make sense is not like addressed. Like, is your plan for like whoever makes it out and like bands together to like come to your mansion at the end? Was that always the plan?
I don't know, because she seemingly wasn't like they did kill like 10 of the 12 people in the first like minute.
Well, because like that's the thing. You put a crate at the end of a giant field where you have like a pillbox bunker.
Yeah, it's
like,
very strange.
Why do that?
I don't know.
Just to lure them there? Is it like PUBG?
Well, and they
Does
say
everyone see the crate and go at the same time?
their point of this whole thing is to be able to tell you this is why we're doing it. But they killed
do
half
that.
of them before even letting them know what was going on.
Absolutely.
Why gag them too? If the key is readily available, just to give yourself a couple extra seconds to line up that shot.
Yeah, it's like a weird, fun, and like we can guess reasons like you just did, but it's not a thing like it isn't like when they like because those people could have woken up and just walked in like the wrong direction and gone anywhere.
I would love to have seen more of them,
Yeah.
like if there was a bigger group and see more split up, because a majority of the ones that survived all went the same direction, hopped a fence, and found a gas station Quickie Mart thing.
Right.
Were there other things the other way? Because I think we actually encountered every one of your people that were in that basement planning. Did you hire other people out? Were there obstructions? Were there more landmines? Were there reasons? Nothing seemed to herd them the way they went.
Exactly.
It just seemed to be random happenstance that
That's a great way to put it.
everyone went that way. So I don't know.
That's what I mean by like I liked some of the stuff that happened here, but if you go like a little deeper,
No, it's
like,
not a plot.
Terrible.
It's, like the plot itself is very like loosey goosey.
How did they know they
not
were
really there?
How did they know that they were going to get on that train?
What are the chances the one train car with the open doors full of illegals? I mean, when you look at these fucks, a little obvious, don't you think?
What's going on?
They couldn't have known.
I'm just going in a big circle.
At
What's
least
happening?
half the people would have not even been able to get on that train. Like
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Where there's not a plot here. It's just a series of fun things to watch.
Yeah.
And it's a ride. I enjoyed it for that. It was something that was entertaining.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not. It's barely like a movie.
It
you know
was
what I mean?
fun enough though, which is not something I usually say. From that gas station, action scene.
Is there anything else?
Yeah.
the other stuff later. I thought the comedy 2/3 of the time kind of hit. Some of it was super cringy, where I'm like, I don't know, dog, or whatever. Or like I'm like, why? Like is that funny? That like, oh, you know, we need villains. How about people that are so like privileged that they can sit around and like listen to NPR and say it's not woke enough or some shit like that? I'm like, is that what are you trying to say to me? What is the point of this? Oh,
I like
yes,
that though.
yes. These like known monsters that like kill people. The old people listen to NPR. Like, what are you talking
For
about?
the record, climate change is real, asshole, or
Yeah.
whatever the person says.
For the record, asshole, climate change is real.
Yeah.
I love the line.
Those were hit or miss for me. You know,
Yeah.
some of them I do like a lot, and some of just the overall tone of like when the guy's like eating pickled eggs or some shit in like Croatia.
I'm Dino. And this boy, you have papers?
Where are we?
Where do you think?
Those
and
are
like
delicious.
and like questioning her, and he's like, "So you're being hunted?" And she's like, "What?" or something. And she has to answer the question.
And he says Don like Don.
Don?
Don. You hunted like Don?
Who the fuck is Dawn?
Bring Don.
And I was like, I
Bring
know,
Don.
I know it's something that I'm gonna know once I see it.
Yes.
But I'm like, what is the trick here? And I don't think you knew that guy's name was Don before that. But I was like, I
Exactly.
know
It's
he's
weird.
saying something with an accent. I liked how she walked when she gets there. So we just had 3 people die. One got poisoned for eating like a donut.
The fuck? Hey, you okay? What's wrong? Hey, get some water, dude!
What's wrong with her? Ow. What happened to her?
Oh, damn, no. Fuck. Hey, get some water, dude! I think she's diabetic.
The other ones get gassed to death. I do love that she walks in there and it's just like out of XXX where she clocks the whole situation immediately.
What state is this?
Sorry.
You don't understand the question?
And are they supposed to be in Mississippi? Is that what they said they were? Or Alabama or Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Like, cigarettes are $6 in Arkansas, asshole. You fucked up, bitch.
Cigarettes in Arkansas only cost $6. You fucked up, bitch.
That's that
That's
tone where she
great.
starts like, because this is what she's always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Is just have a reason to murder people.
So she works
Is that the
at
point
a
of this
rental
movie?
car place called like Ranger Rental. And I thought that either she was a Army Ranger or she was a park ranger at the least. Because there's a part where she like rips her name tag off, rubs it on her hair, puts it on a leaf, knows which way north is.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's
okay,
good too.
so
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
something.
She's something, yes, exactly.
But and like if they didn't throw out that little throwaway thing of like I was in Fallujah or Afghanistan or whatever she said, I would have been like, wait a minute, how did she know how to do any of this?
Afghanistan.
Yeah, because like in my head, it's like, well, this CEO has been training for 8 months, and you've been like, okay, ma'am, leave the keys in it. Did you fill up the tank?
I
You've been
do
doing
think
nothing
your
for 8
average
months, right?
retail worker has enough rage in them that they could kill a CEO training for 8 months.
Sure.
Especially one in like what her 50s.
It's a pretty close fight. It's
I couldn't tell how old the main character was.
It like goes places. Yeah, I don't know.
She definitely looks very youthful in like how she's like wearing like a little belly shirt thing and she's fit and toned. But if you were to say she's 28 or 48, I'd be like, yep, I don't know. She has a very.
That's another way that she reminds me of Ali Larder. Is that just timeless? Very weird.
A timeless look to her, yeah.
A tough, timeless chick.
I
in
think
this
that's something about when you have like a tough, stern face.
Yeah.
Because like you're never doing things that like when you smile, I would see like cracks or things.
Right.
Or, like she's just like.
There's
like
no,
the
like,
whole
there's
way.
no caked
I'm like,
on
I don't know
makeup
how old
and
you are.
bullshit and stuff,
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
either way, a very fit person. So like that hides it also.
Yeah.
I like the action scene. I liked her kicking the shit out of the other person. I thought that like she almost received more than she gave, but still she won.
At the end?
Yeah.
With the fight? Yeah. The CEO fight is an interesting thing.
Because like she at one point stabs her with things that are stabbing her. She's like, ha, ha.
That whole thing's a mess. But
Yeah.
yes, at a certain point, there's just a funness to the at that point, I've already given up on like how much would you bleed from that or something stupid like that.
Cauterizing wounds always gets me where I'm like, okay, you got stabbed with like a 4-inch like needle that like would tell you how much something is cooked or whatever. What do you call that? A thermometer. And I'm like, okay, that stabbed into you, and you cauterize it. I'm like, are you not internally bleeding into just a water balloon that is your stomach at this point?
Well, she also got hit with the like ninja blades or whatever.
The Ginsu blade thing.
The whatever. And no, you can't cauterize your liver. Like, doesn't make sense.
Can and will.
But she's just fine. Which
yeah,
again,
I wasn't sure.
in like a lot of other movies, I'd be like, that's bullshit. But literally, she's just like, you know what? I'm gonna live, I guess. And then gets up and then does her thing.
She puts on a beautiful dress.
Pops the
she like does her
bottles.
hair.
She steals the dog.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that froofy dog.
Yeah.
And then like takes that $250,000 bottle that Dennis was talking about.
Yeah.
A German sub sank a ship on the way to Tsar Nicholas II. A couple years back, they found the wreck and a case of the 1907 Heidsick.
And that's a whole, so like as an ending.
No! She catches it. I was like, what, are you kidding me?
And she fucking laughs at her like, you dumb bitch, what's wrong with you or something. It's amazing. No, like I liked that as an ending where she puts on the like whatevers of that bitch, goes out and then says like, the people you work for are assholes, blah, blah, blah.
They tried to kill me. I killed them. Will that be a problem?
Assholes you worked for tried to kill me. So I killed them instead. Now I want to go home. Is that gonna be a problem?
Well, but there's no, it's like the typical action movie thing where it's like, oh, because like those people have no fucking
no
like,
allegiance. They're
like,
paid to the way.
They're like, oh my god, like
salary.
Kind of like a bunch of working class people in America who are just waiting for someone to overthrow the ruling people that are not all Democrats,
waiting for any
Republicans.
excuse like a coronavirus or
such
anything.
as a quarantine situation when people go on edge or something like that. We should unite.
The only thing I would have changed is at the end, she offers us the caviar, which you knew was going to happen from the opening line. I'm like, well, that bitch is going to eat caviar later. What's up?
We have some fantastic caviar. It's Cetra, fresh from...
You ever had caviar?
No, sir.
It's delicious. It is, yeah.
But she didn't offer her any wine. I thought that would have been a nice gesture. She just drinks it from... She drinks it from the bottle and goes, it's fucking good. And then like...
It's fucking great.
Like it ends.
How is it? Fucking good. Yeah, and it ends. Yeah. Right?
I think I would have liked like a bonding moment of them sharing like a glass.
Well, she says
or
like
passing it to her.
She
or
says like
something.
sit down, dig in. Whatever.
Yeah.
I thought she poured one and then starts drinking it. I don't know, whatever.
Maybe
It's
she
fine.
did,
Yeah.
but I don't recall.
I don't think I'm really allowed to.
Well, you are now. Have a seat. Dig in.
You don't see the stewardess drinking and stuff.
at the very least,
yes. But that's a cool moment where we have
Very.
a little bonding thing because she's willing to share, unlike the previous overlords that were like, get the fuck out of here, you dirty person, or like there's just been some horrible like death and there's blood gushing everywhere, and like one of the SJWs, I guess blue people, I like it. One of the blue people's like, can you get me like a seltzer or something, lemon?
Would you grab me a little seltzer water or something?
Yeah. Some fucking like.
So that was very. So you're talking about the opening of the movie where one of the people wakes up prematurely, and they stab him in the neck with a pen, and he doesn't quite die right away. Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck, man?
He woke up.
I was like, okay, so now you're down to 11. I find it interesting that they're just drugged and just laying in the ground in there. They're not secured anyway.
Really
These people
weird.
are rich. You'd think there'd be something like even just on like stretchers or something.
Yeah.
Or simply zip tied. Anything.
And they don't play up that incompetence enough. Like they're obviously incompetent. They're bad at things, and like
this is their first time. They're not really bad guys. They're like wannabe bad guys that are just more money than sense.
Yes. So like we can justify any bad decision they make based on that, but they don't really play that up enough for some of those things where you're like, is this part of the bad decision? Like what's going on?
There's a great line from the main character who I don't even remember her name.
Crystal.
Yeah. So she says, well, that depends if they're smart acting dumb or dumb and acting smart.
Depends on whether they're smart pretending to be idiots or idiots pretending to be smart.
And I was like, yeah. I like that.
No, exactly.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Fucking redneck.
So up there for like best lines is like, oh, you got grandkids? Do you have any pictures I could say? I don't fucking care.
You got a phone?
Please, we have children. We have grandchildren.
Oh, you have grandchildren? Can I see a picture of them? I'm just kidding. I give a fuck. Give me the phone.
There's a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of like, don't shush me.
Richard! Shh! Don't shush me.
and like, how dare you do this or whatever. I liked the little tangent about the Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis.
Yes.
Movie. That's pretty dumb.
I wonder if that's true.
It might be true.
You hired me to consult you. I'm consulting you.
What was the name of that movie you did again?
Tears of the Sun.
That's actually what they called it. Tears of the Sun. Why is the sun crying?
He might actually be a dude.
I think in that same title, it's like these aren't good people. These are type of people that say the N-word, and not in the privacy of their own home.
Not even in private, like just what did you say on Twitter or something like that? Yeah.
He's a monster. Honey, he probably uses the N-word. And not even in private, he probably uses it on Twitter.
There's a bunch of those, and some of those work totally. My favorite's probably that podcast line, but that's just the overall. Like, just that character in general, like you already said, but he's like, you're good, Mohammed, or something like that.
Oh, you're good, Mohammed. But if you don't cut the bullshit in 3 seconds, I'm gonna blow your fucking dick off.
You're a crisis actor. These are crisis actors. They have a baby. There are crisis babies.
There's crisis babies.
They're not real. You know what we have here? Crisis actors.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good because that guy had a really good accent back and forth. Really good accents in general, honestly.
Yes.
I'm not like an actual, dialect coach expert or something, but
you're not.
I'm an amateur professional
video store clerk
slash linguist.
I thought.
No, like you hear certain stuff. Like sometimes in a movie, everyone's doing the same Southern accent or the same New England accent. Or
the one they
whatever.
learned at Juilliard, yeah.
The one that everyone learns. But like I thought the main character and the Wyoming chick and the other chick, they all had like a different one. And there's a lot of like diphthongs and like little like and weird things. We're like, okay, and like Don doesn't sound like her, and she doesn't
they are
sound
different
like,
states
it's
Southern.
Cool, because they gathered them up from everywhere, so it has
makes sense.
Has a nice vibe, has a nice feel.
How about this one for you? Sayonara, sugar tits.
Sayonara, sugar tits.
Did you like Whoops? There's a part where she's like, there's a whole section. Oh, there's so many bad things. Hold on. So she's like, okay, we're both gonna die. Tell me the truth. Are you the same one, or did I get the wrong person?
Come on. We're both dead. Just tell me. I got the right crystal, didn't I?
And then she's like, no, ma'am, you did not. And then she's like, whoops, right? And I'm like fucking dying there.
No, ma'am. You did not. Whoops.
Some of that's okay and like fun or whatever, but just I don't know, this premise that like they do not care even who they kill, because that should be the point, that they're so ideologically crazy that they think people like deserve to die.
Yeah.
But she doesn't even draw that thing of like, well, if you're from that town, you probably did some ignorant shit. Like she doesn't even say that.
It's implied.
She gives a whole speech like, you fail, we pay, and all that fucking like overt stuff and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. I won't say that like I agree with all the things that are like are happening behind the scenes in these type of movies, or that they're even like so important. Like certain people will be like, oh, I will never see that movie because of this, that, and that. And I'm like, those things are so not important at all.
Yeah.
As a person who could give two shits about politicals, what party you're involved in, I think it's funny. There's fun deaths, there's fun lines. It's a good movie.
Yeah. I think it works on its like face.
And it is a movie. This is not a film. This is not some highbrow thing.
Perfect.
This is a movie. Yeah. This is akin to something you could see like a Kill Bill style, like Quentin Tarantino-esque, but with not as good a dialogue.
Ultra violent, dark comedy.
Yeah.
I just wish it wasn't trying to say such things. Maybe dial that back, or just be more scattershot with it. So I think people could watch this movie and like draw bad conclusions from it that are like not good.
I hate people that are searking for their agenda.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean by that?
Well, the people who were like protesting, like against it, they just heard the elevator pitch, like liberals from the city, create like a deadliest game for deplorables, and they were like, uh-oh, Hollywood, how dare you say it's okay to kill I'm like, the movie is not saying that at all. Yeah, exactly.
Sir, I need the address of your emergency.
Do you want my address in Staten Island, New York, where I went to a bar after work and I don't remember anything because they drugged me? They drugged all of us.
Speaking of saying stuff, what I mean by that is just like, there's this long story of the tortoise and the hare, and then there's kind of a callback to Animal Farm, Orwell.
The tortoise and the hare stuff pretty good because it's this long, drawn out, not for kids, children's fairy tale type of thing.
And he has a hammer. Smashes up the wife and kids first, so the box turtle has to watch them die. And then it's his turn.
That's the original Grimm's fairy tale version where
But
the
I like
hare comes
that.
back with a hammer. I liked it
Is that
too.
actually?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
God,
I've
no.
never read that.
Maybe
so-
it is. I don't know. I've never read anything in my life. I just hear things. No, so I like one of my favorite touches was her calling it like jackrabbit, I think, and box turtle, just to distance it slightly from tortoise and hare that we probably would have heard. And maybe it's a regional difference too.
I was gonna say those are probably the things that live right near her.
Yeah,
and
but
that
it's
makes sense.
it's a nice little flavor and all that stuff. But yeah, that is like a Tarantino, sequence, set piece, whatever, where someone's telling a story, and then it's like, and then Goldilocks went to the third thing, and then this bear came out and did, and it like takes
where
a dark
it takes
turn.
it on its head.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, and they have the references to Animal Farm, and like the other one thinks she's so good that she knows this shit. You've read that also?
You read Animal Farm? Yes, ma'am, I did.
I know.
My God, is that something they teach in every school in America?
I was just gonna say, like, I forget Animal Farm, but yeah, this idea of like you've read Animal Farm, and that's the moment of like where she's faltering a little, like, wait, did I make a mistake? You're aware of like the great wise philosophy tome Animal Farm, the
and
most
I took you
common?
to the glue factory, bitch, and then shoots. That doesn't happen, but that would be funny.
There's like a cartoon of Animal Farm, right? Like it's a widely available thing.
In school,
you watch the cartoon.
you read it, and then you watch the cartoon.
Exactly.
That's the thing you do.
So it's like a strange choice where like, and I forgot, Snowball, Snowflake.
You know
whatever.
Catcher in the Rye? You know Scholastic Reading?
Are you Holden? Did you read a separate piece? Yeah. So I don't know. I would have liked more or less as usual. That's how I usually roll. I want something that's so like I want to watch a movie and be like changed afterwards and feel like it's a different thing or something like that. Or I just want to have nothing but fun and don't distract me with like NPR. Some of those jokes work, some of them don't. At the end of the day, though, definitely a fun ride, worth watching.
The ones that didn't work for me didn't grind everything to a halt like some things do, where I'm like, whoa, that didn't land at all. You're an idiot. And the ones that did land were funny. And overall, like I said, this is a movie, not a film, so they weren't hammering things home. It was just like, oh no, we're here for this ride, and it just keeps chugging along.
To your point, like the pace works.
Yes.
Even if you don't like what they're doing, they're not like. It's just quick, dumb, like that poison. Pff, that line is like
it felt
just
really
like a
quick.
small
How
thing.
long was this movie?
It's like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on, so it's
yeah.
definitely packing a lot in there.
breezes
It's
right
dense.
through.
No, I had fun. This is worth watching.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
If you want to support the show, head over to cannibalvideo.com, pick up some merch.
And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's something.
Whatever.
Fuck these motherfuckers.
Oh no! I feel so sorry for immigrants and refugees. I'm gonna have to rethink my entire position on immigration.
Cannibal Video has everything you need. A wide array of VHS and DVDs. We ate the competition.